Welcome back to the Celtics Nation Rise podcast. I'm your host, Griffin Aldridge,
I'm your co-host, Kyle Sullivan.
rocking the new All-Star jersey. Love it. And we have a
There.
special guest on the podcast today, Bobby Vigyu.
Let's go.
So the Boston Celtics are 42 and 16. We're on a six-game win streak, and we're playing some great basketball right now. I just want to start off by saying that. Um, the Boston Celtics have just been on a great run right now. There was a lot of worries back in December and early January about are we still title contenders? Are we still gonna have a run
That's
when it comes
crazy.
to playoffs? But now we're like, all right, we're struggling. We got Torrey Craig. We removed Jaden Springer from the roster, and now we're looking like a championship caliber team
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
what are your guys' just thoughts on this series? Like a six-game win streak coming off that Mavs loss, then we just turned it up after the All-Star break. We went into the All-Star break hot, and we came out of the All-Star break hot. How are we feeling right now? Anyone want to
I
start?
feel, I feel great. I feel great. I mean, like we've still been playing well. We're on what, 6 game win streak. I mean, honestly, like we're playing how we're supposed to be playing right now. And all that matters is if we're healthy for the playoffs, in my opinion. And I mean, I said after the All-Star break, I would like a little win streak here. And it seems that we're building that right now. Hopefully, God forbid we win today, hopefully. And it's a 7 game win streak. But we've been playing a lot better. The defense looks better. We've been hitting shots. Like Tatum's been playing very, very well. White's been playing very, very well. Everyone just seems to be clicking. And when we're healthy, I just think we're still the best team, like to beat. And honestly, like if we keep playing like this, I think we could catch Cleveland, but we got to see, I guess. But overall, I think we're still playing very well.
Yeah. Bobby, what are your thoughts on the Celtics as of recently?
You've always, I've heard a lot just from like around my little social group or whatever. Like, oh, the Celtics, they're struggling a lot this year, but they're still one of the top teams in the league, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and I think you look at them too, and you're just like, all right, well, you got more depth with Cleveland. You got Hunter. And you look at that, you look at the night that the Cavs had last night. If you just look back at that, dominating the Magic with a final score of 122 to 82 from the Magic. And you look at it, it was like Strus, Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome had 20, Strus had 17, Hunter had 17. And you look at it, the big scorer, Mitchell, only had 11 points because he only needed to. So they're definitely a force to be reckoned with, but it's not like, and I'm saying this, so like, I feel like next game when we face them will be more of a deciding factor because
Yes,
they're a new
yes.
team. But we've won two out of the three games so far. So I think this fourth game will be a big factor.
Are we home or away that
I
game?
think we're home, I'm guessing.
I'm not sure,
What were we
but
were
still.
let's check. Yeah, we're
I kind of
home.
rather be on the road. Oh, all right, whatever. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm saying this. I'm saying in a seven-game series, who are you taking? I'm taking the Celtics.
I'm taking the
Because
Celtics too.
it's just like I get it. They have a lot of depth. But what we're doing right now with the Celtics too, and I've talked about this with GRD, is we're getting our guys we're getting our guys that rest that they need. And like last night, we played Walsh, we played Davison, we played Shireman a
Yes,
significant amount
yes.
of minutes. And you mentioned to me before the podcast that there's like they're unsure with Porzingis for illness tonight. Cornette's out for other reasons, and who else? Like I think there were a few other people questionable.
Yeah, Holiday was out last night.
Mhm.
Cornette was out. Porzingis was out, and Horford was out. I think.
I think though you're getting into that part of the season where they're like, all right, we would rather have you guys rest and get like
Right,
Yes, yes.
100%.
You're right.
because
I,
do
I
you,
would see that tonight too. Us doing that, maybe resting someone like
Mhm.
I don't know, like who played yesterday, like Tillman or something resting. I could even see them resting Brown today because he's questionable for tonight, and I could see them resting him. Honestly, like Tatum doesn't rest games, like he
Yeah,
doesn't take rest days, and I think that we're gonna rest someone. I think that Porzingis will probably play. Horford will play, and maybe like Kada or like someone else will rest. Maybe we just got to see. I know Cornette's out tonight for personal reasons, but anyways, like we got to see.
Yeah. No, you said it right there. I think it's too like you gotta mention with the Boston Celtics, it's just a matter of being healthy going into playoffs. And you get to that point where we talked about with David last podcast. Remember how he was saying like that 40-20 where you want to get to 40 wins before 20 losses, and we accomplished that. And I know there's no we're not we don't have a set spot for playoffs yet, but you look at it and you're like, all right, well, uh, we have 40 wins right now. Like by the end of the season, you look to be around that maybe like I don't even know what mark we're kind of moving towards, but you look to hopefully catch Cleveland. You hope to be in front of
Yeah,
Cleveland and go into playoffs with that number one seed. Do I think that will happen? I'm unsure right now because I don't know how many games were out of that one seed.
I think
Uh,
like
six
I don't
games.
know 6 games. I
That were
think.
6 games. So it's gonna be tough for Cleveland to get 6 losses because you look at
Yeah,
they're great, but if you give them a loss, then you're down 5 games, and I just think I'm not necessarily more concerned about the
I'm
seed.
not concerned about it because considering how well we play on the road too.
Yeah,
We're
Mhm.
the
and
best road team in the league this year. I think we're like 24-6 or something on the road, something like that,
yeah,
which is really really good.
and it just makes you too. It's like I'm not concerned about the seeding because like I was superstitious last year because I was like everyone said this too. Everyone would be like, well, you guys, the number one seed never wins. Okay, well, we won it last year, and we
Yeah,
Right.
like
number.
that's just that's a myth. Like that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so I'm not stressed about the seeding. Like I feel like the Celtics to catch Cleveland, they kind of just need to
I don't think we're gonna fall anything below second. I think second's where we're gonna be.
because then
Unless I could see us getting first, but we got to see what that all matters on Cleveland,
should we
and we definitely got to beat them for us if you want a chance at the one seed.
do you guys want me to discuss kind of the top 10 for each league, like a Western and Eastern, and
What?
see
Yeah,
Yeah,
West
sure.
Coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll talk about competition. All right, so realistically, wow, Sixers are so low. But
You
I'll
always love to see that.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'd love to see it.
You got in 15th place, you have the Wizards, which I with Smart over there makes me sad.
Banish Marcus Smart to there is just a
I
crime.
know. Do you see
It's
him
a
like
crime.
flip up after he took a charge?
I love that.
Yeah,
That
I saw
That was
he did
cool.
like the kick flip and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have the Smart and Tatum shirt on today with
Let's
Smart
go.
and Brown.
that's
But
cool.
I saw something. I saw something. It was a picture of him and Poole, and it was like imagine asking in 2022 showing this to a Warriors and Celtics fan in 2022. They'd think you're crazy, and it's so true. It's
I
heartbreaking.
remember that finals. Ugh.
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
We could go on
Brutal.
about that for hours, but then you have in 14th place you have the Hornets who I've been paying attention to them because they got my boy Alfred Payton on there, who I got to meet and had an interview with. Go check that out. Um, then you had in 13 the Raptors, who we beat last night with our bench, and
I think fully healthy, they'll be pretty good though. Like
they
they have
will
a good team.
with Brandon Ingram.
They have a good coach. I like their coach Rakovich or whatever his name is. He's a good coach.
Yeah, he played. He was the coach for France. I want to say, or
I think
what?
he coached one team
It
before
was
NBA. I forgot what team it was
it
though.
was the U. It was the Olympics. It was the Olympics. He was
Yeah, he
coach there.
coached somewhere.
But he's an incredible coach. I think they're kind of more they're kind of in the talk of kind of tanking for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, he put respect on Tatum too last night. I don't know if you saw that. He said Tatum's one of the best players in the league and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rakovich.
Um
So
what's your guys' thought really quick? I know this is off Celtics. Not really. It's like Eastern Coast. What's your thought on if I'm hearing if the Wizards get the first pick, then Cooper Flag is going to have another year in college. What do you guys think about that?
really, I didn't hear that.
No, he said this. He made a post and it
That's
was
valid.
that he was like, I would like to come back for a second year. And I think he's keeping that available because as soon as
Yeah, I
he
mean, like
finds out,
they all say that though. You know, like if you have an opportunity to get into the NBA and get paid, I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's probably mostly about like obviously money, but like some players are just like they want like to play, so like it just whatever. Like, it doesn't like it's like whatever his preference is. But honestly, like if I were him, I'd just go to the NBA, But
Yeah, but
because
Yeah,
you don't want to like tank your draft capital and stuff.
yeah, but
What's the point of going into another year of college if like you're already the top prospect and like you're guaranteed this, guaranteed these endorsements and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Like, there's just no point.
I agree.
yeah,
But I think another tough conversation that you have to have though is the Wizards are like a dying franchise. Like, and I hate to say that, but it
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. I get
like when Smart went there, it's like you sent their Smart there to rot, you know? So it's like it's a tough one because they're 10 and
100%.
47 right now.
that.
So
And they
it's
have good young talent though.
yeah, with
Um
Koulibaly and
yeah, they got Smart, they got Middleton. I mean, he's not young, but they got some good vets like
Poole, yeah.
Poole. They traded Kuzma. They have
They got a
don't
group.
they have Valanciunas too? Did he get traded, or did they still
Oh,
have him?
they traded him to I think the Kings.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I don't
they
even
got
know
a
who they
group.
have at this point, but
I think for me, I think the coolest place for Cooper Flag to go would be San Antonio with the Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
But
I heard you go to the Raptors too.
I wouldn't no I with what Scotty Barnes was pulling against Tatum last night, I don't want him to go to the Raptors because
Yeah, no,
like
no,
I,
no.
I
That'll make it even more good.
yeah, and I don't want to say this. I think Toronto fans, not Toronto fans, I think just the players with Toronto are just so rude because I even went to a Maine Celtics game and they were chirping, chirping, chirping. Like, you guys, stop chirping. Like, we get it. You guys are from, like, and half the players on their team isn't even Canadian. So it's not like I'm not being like, oh, Canadians. No, it's just like
Right.
I feel like they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
hockey players. Like, it's one of their let me see if I could see it. It's one of their players that he's a two-way, but he's so cocky and just full of himself, and I don't like that. Like, I don't see it, but like Scotty Barnes did that last night too, and I didn't like how he was kind of clapping back at Tatum and started saying swears to him and stuff like that. I didn't like that, but let's continue on this. You have the Sixers in 12th place. Their situation's tough. You have the
Embiid's always hurt, and
yeah,
he's gotta get that fixed. And I don't know. At
yeah.
this point, he might have to ponder retirement, man. Like that
Oh
guy's
no,
just always hurt, bro.
he looked like a robot when we faced him. He just needs to stop it and get his knee surgery. Like,
Yeah, exactly. He's
uh,
this guy. They're not going anywhere this season.
no,
Like that Paul George signing was really bad. Like
yeah. But then
he,
what was that?
Maxey is like the only like bright spot on their team. I feel like
I like McCain too, though. But
McCain. Yeah, I forgot about McCain. Yeah, he's good too.
yeah.
Him and Maxey and McCain are like the two guys that I really like on that team.
If I were the Sixers, though, I would dump Embiid and probably Paul George, and then build on your future. You got
Exactly, exactly.
with that team,
Yeah.
you need to rebuild.
Because you get a lot for Embiid, even though his injury history, he's still an MVP. Like he's still an All Star, still a gold medalist. Like, this guy has very like great defender. Like he still has good like accolades and stuff. It's
Yeah,
just like you got to get what you could get for him, especially if you're going to be rebuilding around Maxine McCain. Like I think that they should trade him and rebuild because how many years are you going to go on with Embiid? How many years are you going to trust the process? Like
Right.
you can't be doing that. Like
no,
many more years, maybe like one more year, but you can't trust him like because he's always injured. It's nothing against him, but like it's just his body can't keep up, and like if you're trying to compete for an NBA championship, like you can't have that. Like it's just too critical, and like especially if he's your best player.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
you said perfectly right there. Um,
100%.
yeah, it's tough. But then I want to move on to 11th with the Nets. The only reason I hated the Nets is because they had Kyrie and Durant, and I hate
Yeah,
Yes, I loved when we beat them. When Tatum hit that game winner.
sweep.
they butchered that so bad. That big three, they butchered that so
Yeah,
bad.
that
I
was terrible.
They would have. I honestly think they would have won if Durant's foot wasn't on the line. Remember when he hit the three? It was supposed to be a three, but his foot was on the
Yes.
line. And they called it a
Yeah.
two. Yeah, I think they would have won that year, but That's crazy. Like
No, they're
Nets fans are just like they're.
no.
I know a friend that's a Nets fan, and he's just not happy. He's just like,
I give respect to
Depressed
Nets.
now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I don't like how they had Harden. They had the whole crew there. Like, come on,
yeah, exactly.
come
At
on.
least they got a lot of picks for Bridges though. They got like five
Yeah.
picks for Bridges, so they
No,
might
that's
have a
what I'm
good
saying.
future.
I wouldn't mind Cooper Flag going there because
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That'd be cool. New York, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah, but then you move into top 10. Now we're talking Bulls in 10. Bulls are irrelevant. They're gonna fall. I don't know who they'll fall with. I think maybe you could see the Sixers replacing them. I don't, no clue. Uh, the Heat in 9, which they're weak too. Like these are the weaker teams, which it's like with no Butler, you have Andrew Wiggins. Like the Heat.
Yeah.
Do you guys still think the Heat are a threat for the Celtics this year with no Butler?
No.
Because they always give them a little run for their money in the playoffs, but
If
you
anything, if anything, they win a game if they're lucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it, bro. I don't even think they win a game, bro. Honestly,
Now you move into the eighth seed with the Hawks. They always make me.
they're a sneaky, like decent team. Like that.
Yeah, they're one that would bring Celtics to 6 games because I was thinking about this. I went to a playoff game in 22, and it was game 5, I think it was, and Celtics fans were ready to win it, move on, and I was there, and we put in Blake Griffin with like 5 minutes left. We were only
Oh
up,
yeah,
and we blew the lead. Trey
wasn't
Young.
that the game Trey hit that like big shot at the? I think that was the game.
Yeah, that was the game. I was there. I witnessed
Oh God, you
it
were
with
there at
Trey.
that game.
Yo,
Oh
that game, I was so because this is when I'm a huge Celtics fan, right? And I can't, and I'm ready because this is my first ever playoff game, and I'm like, wow, we're gonna win it tonight. We're gonna advance. And then Trey Young had to kill me. I'm trying to find something for you guys. I wanna find a video because like this guy, if I had
yeah,
a
the good thing is though, like that's not our team anymore. You know, like we have a completely different team. Like we didn't have Porzingis, we didn't have Drew. Like Derek White wasn't as good as he is now. You know, like even like Pritchard wasn't as good. Like now we have like Cornette has advanced his game. Hauser, like everyone on the team, everyone's matured. Brown, even Brown and Tatum, like
Yeah.
everyone on our team has gotten better since then. And like it showed it last postseason. We literally won. We literally, excuse me, we literally lost what 3 playoff games throughout the whole thing,
we
throughout the
lost
whole
one
playoffs.
finals game, we lost
I didn't even really count that finals game because that series was
yeah,
basically over,
three.
which is crazy.
Yeah, we lost 3.
We lost 3 games, which is like we we showed that we learned from that postseason, and we can't be struggling against these mediocre teams. Like we gotta go in there and throw our best punch. That's the main thing.
I agree. You guys want to see something funny though? This is
Yeah.
what I took a video of this random guy after because he was chanting F Trey Young the whole way, and I went
Oh
up to
god.
him and I was recording.
Trey Young, he ain't shit. Trey Young, fuck your barber. He ain't.
You guys heard?
Yeah, yeah.
You showed me that before. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
That was the guy at the game.
yeah, random guy after like everyone was so devastated.
So
But
you took that video. You took
yeah,
that
I
video.
did.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So, but we were chanting down the stairs. Like this shows how much Boston cares about their sports. Down the stairs, we were still chanting, "Let's go Boston!" Like even though we were all upset, we were ready to close it out that night. We were still chanting, "Let's go Boston!" And that random fan was over there just taunting Trey Young, and it was amazing. It was so funny. It was hilarious. But we move into that. We move into the seventh seed with the Magic, who again are a weak team with a losing record of 29-31. I think I
They've
would
been injured all year though. Paulo came back like a month ago. Like they're,
yeah
they're still a solid team. I like their coach. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. He's a good coach though. Oh, Mosley, I think his name is Jamal Mosley. I think
yeah
that's his name. He's a good coach. Like they have a solid young team. Franz Wagner. They have what's his name? Wendell Carter Jr. Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs. They have a very solid young team, and I think they could like win a playoff game or two. But I think that they still have some time. Like they
yeah
still need the time to mesh and time to get some experience in the playoffs for sure before they go on and compete with elite teams like the Cavs, Celtics, and Knicks. So
Yeah. But then you move into the sixth seed, which are the Pistons. I will say this: they they give the Celtics a little trouble.
Bickerstaff really turned that team around.
Yeah, I will say too. Last year, I remember this vividly. Last year, they were on like a historic losing streak, and they
Yeah.
played Boston Celtics, and it was a really close game. And every time
No,
we
we what they were up by like a lot at halftime. I
they were
remember
up
that.
by 13.
I was like, there's no way we're gonna. You know, Troydan, the YouTuber Troydan.
I don't.
Yeah.
He went to the game. I think he went to the game and like he was like, no way I'm gonna see like the best team in the NBA lose to the worst team in the NBA. And I was like, bro, like this would be the funniest thing if we lose this game and like just win the championship after. But thankfully we didn't lose the game and we still won the championship. So
Yeah,
which is the main thing. But that was just an experience, this up and down experience. I was like, there's no way we're gonna lose to this team, and like, but
we
thankfully we didn't.
we get they give us trouble though. I will say that.
Kate
And
Cunningham's a pooper. He's a good player.
yeah, yeah. And they're a good team this year. I will say, like they're 32 and 26. They're one of the better teams in the league this year. Like
Yeah,
they have
for
all like
sure.
players and you but them in the sixth seed, it just shows you kind of how weak the East kind of is. So it's like then you have five, which is Milwaukee. And what did they beat us once this year? If that,
Did
Yeah.
I think they beat us
There's
once.
with Giannis out too, I think.
Was it? Yeah.
I
But
don't even remember. Yeah,
32
I think
and
they did.
25. They're not a team where they lose to like I think they lost last night too, so it's not
They have a chance, but they could like give us problems. But I still think we'll win just because of Giannis. Giannis always plays good versus us, and Giannis is Giannis. He's
yeah, like what
guy's a Hall of Famer. Like he's one of the
Right.
best power forwards to ever play the game. Like you know, and
yeah,
they still have Dame. No matter how old Dame is, and like maybe he's regressed a little bit. Dame is still an elite point guard, and
yeah,
he knows he has experience. He has playoff experience. Like he's a vet, and like and don't forget Doc. I mean, like I know Doc gets a lot of criticism, but he's still a veteran coach. Like he's won a championship with the Celtics, and like he's been around. And like I think that they could give us a little problems, but I still think we take him in like 5 or 6 games for sure.
yeah. They lost last night to the Rockets with a final score of 100 to 97. So it's like they're all
Yeah,
right.
they're solid. They're solid. They
Yeah.
still have two Hall of Famers on their team, so anything can happen. But I
Mhm.
think overall, I think Cleveland or the Celtics are just a better team overall.
I will say in a playoff series, I think we would see them. Um, that's one of the
I
teams
can
that
see that as like a second round matchup.
yeah, I feel like we would see Milwaukee. And if we do, I think that game could go to like a 5 or 6 game series.
I have a prediction. No, I have a prediction. I think that the Knicks are going to fall to fourth, and then the Bucks are going to go to third, and then we'll play the Bucks in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah. It's possible, but you say that fourth seed, that's where the Pacers land right now, with
Oh,
the
Pacers are fourth. I thought the Bucks were fourth. Oh wow,
no,
never
the
mind.
the
Maybe
Pacers
the maybe
Pacers
the
are
Pacers go to third. If we play the Pacers again, I think we beat them. Like they have good offense and stuff, but like
it won't be a
overall, they're
sweep
not great
though.
defensively.
It won't be a sweep this year. I feel like it'll be a 5 game.
They'll win one.
The
They'll win one
Jalen
or two
Brown corner
games.
three.
The Jalen Brown corner three,
That was crazy.
iconic.
You know what's crazy? Like you can call me a fake fan all you want. I turned that game off because I thought it was over. I was pissed, and then my dad like came in my room. He's like, "We tied the game. We tied the game." I had to turn it on. I'm like, "No way."
That
I
game,
just thought it was over after that. I was just pissed, but like we won, so I turned it on after. But like that shot was still crazy. Like just
Yeah.
watching it all the time is just nuts. Like
that series was just a roller coaster. Like I swear, I think we
it was a
blew them
sweep.
out.
It was the toughest sweep ever. I swear. Like on
Jeez.
paper, it looks like we just killed them, but
Yeah.
overall, like Nemhard, McConnell, like all those guys were just going off, and like they just couldn't defend for anything.
Yeah,
Our offense outdo their offense, and that's what happened. And defense was rarely played in that series.
Yeah.
yeah. Then, but the 3 seed Knicks, we don't talk like we've destroyed the Knicks. What do we have one more matchup with them? We beat them,
Yeah, like end of the season.
blew them out twice, beat them another time, but
Destroyed
um,
them in that season opener.
Yeah, and then you destroyed them at MSG uh by like 30, I think it was. It was crazy. But then two spot Celtics. We obviously talked about Cleveland in the one seed, but let's kind of get into the Western Conference. Obviously, we wouldn't see one of these teams until you got to the finals, but in 15th, the Jazz, 14th, the Pelicans, 13th, the Spurs, which you look at the Spurs record and it's like, wow, some of the Eastern Conference teams are like that. They're 24 and 32, like I said, maybe a chance to get Cooper Flag with them.
Yeah.
Trailblazers in 12th. 11th is the Phoenix Suns, so they're not even in playoff
That's insane. Durant's gotta like get out of there, man.
yeah. I'm a big fan of the Kings, but they're not doing anything this year.
Yeah,
Still winning.
they always have talent, and they just always like
Yeah.
find a way to just
I
like I
will
don't know, man.
I will say this though, they have a winning record in the 10th seed. They're right now 29 and 28. But then the ninth seed you have the Mavs, and eighth seed you have the Warriors. We
Mavs
talked
gotta get healthy. The Warriors are gonna make a push. I think they're gonna make a little push
No, I
for
don't
like the
think they will.
sixth.
Everyone was so hyped about the Warriors. All right, yeah, they have
They've been
Butler.
playing very well with
All right,
Jimmy ever
they have
since they got
Butler. But
Jimmy.
I'm saying this. Everyone at the beginning of the season was like, Warriors, yeah, we're building another dynasty. I think they'll
Yeah, I mean,
they
you gotta
always
chill with
do
that.
good. And you have playoff Jimmy. I feel like they'll do better, but I don't see them going to the finals. No.
No, I could see him getting like second round, maybe. Second round, I could
Oh
see,
yeah.
but not finals.
Yeah.
No. Then in seventh, you have the Timberwolves, Ant turning it up there. I don't know what they'll do. Sixth place, you have the Clippers, which is crazy. I didn't
Thanks
know.
to the Lakers are pretty high then.
Yeah,
They're like fourth, aren't they?
yeah, they are. But
Yep.
fifth,
Oh, two.
Rockets. Oh, which I think Rockets could get a little higher.
They were like second, third, like not that long ago.
Yeah, it's
They've
so
been
close.
struggling, I
It's
guess.
so close. It's crazy. And then you have the Lakers in fourth, like you guys said. I am so sick and tired of the Lakers saying we're like Lakers fans. We're winning the chip this year. All right, yeah, I'm
Dude, they
sick and
don't have a center, man.
No.
Ever since that trade got vetoed with Mark Williams, like that really
Jackson
screwed them.
Hayes.
Like
Like
Jackson Hayes is a starting, bro. If we play him in the finals, Porzingis gonna have a field day with that guy, bro. It's not even
Al would
gonna
have a
be
field day.
everyone. Al Horford, anyone, even like Luke Cornett's gonna have a field day on that guy, man. Like you know, like it's not like it's like Anthony Davis guarding him still. It's Jackson Hayes and Mark Williams is a very good basketball player. Like that was a big loss for them. I think Dalton Connect is a good wing shooter off the bench, but like
but that would have helped them tremendously with their
yeah,
big.
exactly.
So
Because that starting lineup would have been who? Who's their point guard? Luca,
Yeah.
Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Mark Williams, and I guess Hachimura.
yeah,
I mean,
which
that's a
Yeah.
good starting lineup, and like no Mark Williams is definitely a killer.
yeah, which Celtics would take them. Like I'm saying that, and I'm not saying that biasly. I'm saying that because like you go position by position. We could do it
In the
like
position with Luca, and like last year, like we exposed Luca in the playoffs. Like
yeah.
it was not even like it was crazy.
Yeah, but then you go into the three seed Nuggets. They're always there. I feel like you could see a Celtics Nuggets matchup in the finals.
I could see
Totally.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you have Grizzlies in the two spot. They're doing pretty good. And then you
They're
have
good.
Thunder who are in the one spot. Now, obviously, we are so far away from like even playoff basketball. We're getting into March Madness. We're not even really talking about
Still have
five.
like a month and a half, I think, right?
Yeah, we're talking about this, so things can change drastically. But
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to give a kind of short, brief thought on like who we could potentially face and like what our like situations could be. But I think the Celtics, like you talk about the Celtics, um, with how Tatum's been playing just all around defensively and offensively, he's moving the ball, he's playing aggressive, he's getting rebounds. He looks like a stud out there. He's playing excellent basketball. You have Jaylen Brown, who I think I'm gonna say this. He's been the most improved player from the beginning of the season. What he had that big game against the Wizards on his birthday. But then he fell off kind of. He was battling, I think he battled an injury for a minute. I
Who are you
don't
talking about?
Jaylen Brown.
Oh, Jalen Brown.
Yeah. And you think about Jaylen Brown, he's stepped up in a big way. Derek White had a rough patch where he was like, I'm not playing like myself. But Derek White's going
Yes.
off, and we mentioned this on the recap last night. He's up to five Celtics Nation Rise MVPs, and which puts him in third place, tied with
Every team goes through struggles too. Like
yeah,
it's completely normal. Like Derek White, I knew that he was gonna like he had like a one and a half 2 week bad stretch. Like it happens to the best of players. Like it happens to Tatum. It happens to Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. Like all these all time greats. Like it happens to all these players. Like you can't like just not believe in a player anymore. Like take the confidence away just because they're struggling. Unless you're Tyrese Halliburton, because I don't know what happened to him.
I
He
don't
like
know.
fell off a cliff. I mean, he's good, but like he he went from like an all star to like I don't even know. Like he
Mhm. Uh,
and like it happens to the best of players. Like slumps happen, and as long as you respond to them, as long as you're still winning games, that's all that matters.
I will say too, I don't think Tatum's in a slump. I think he's not
No,
performing the way he was the first half, which is fine. I think right now it's more so finding your identity. Uh Coming together as a team, giving like the bench options. We want the bench to get experience and get playing time because like you think about it, it's the NBA and I'm not saying anything, but you never know when your opportunity is. And especially when it comes to playoff basketball, we're going to need all 15 guys on our roster. Well, hopefully 15. We still don't have that 15th roster spot yet. But we're going to need, when it comes to it, all 14, 15 guys to be able to go out there and give it all they have and
yeah,
know
you're
the
right.
system. You got to know the system, especially when it comes to playoffs. So I think that's kind of where the development stage is right now because
Yeah,
we're
you're
doing
right.
good. And you think about it, we talked about this last time. We have the easiest schedule for the second half. We have the second easiest schedule.
Wow,
So it's like you play Cleveland. All right, that's kind of like tonight's matchup.
that
There,
could benefit us with seeding too. Like
yeah,
try and
yeah,
catch Cleveland in the standings for
yeah.
sure.
And that's kind of like a thing. All right, so this is a big thing. I think tonight you kind of rest your players. Yes, the Pistons are good and you're going to have to give them effort. I'm expecting hopefully a big night from Tatum, but it's kind of like going to be another night where you really kind of rest your star players because you want to give it 110% effort against Cleveland for sure. Um, that's a big game that you want to look for. But we talk about that. We talk about players getting better and stuff. I want to get into, so if you guys didn't know, Celtics Nation Rise, we do recaps after every game. Um, and when the Celtics win, we do a Celtics Nation Rise MVP. All right, I kind of want to get into the leaderboard and I want to discuss that and I want to see who you guys have for sneaky picks and stuff like that. We'll get into that and then we'll discuss kind of the road ahead and how we've been. So right now, where we are on the leaderboard, I'll go from bottom to top. Jaden Springer with one MVP, Al Horford with one, Luke Cornett with one. Then you get into like the more ones. Peyton Pritchard with four, Porzingis with four, Derek White just surpassed Porzingis with five, Jaylen Brown five, and then Tatum on the top with 21. So first of all,
21.
I know
21.
21 is crazy. So first of all, I want to ask you guys coming into the we'll give our predictions. Who's a sneaky pick for Celtics Nation Rise MVP? Who's not on that list? Who you guys think will make it? Bobby, starting with you.
Not on that list at all.
Yep, not on that list. Who do you think will make it?
Wait, name it again. Name the list again.
You got Springer, who's obviously no longer on the team.
Okay.
Horford, Cornett, Pritchard, KP, White, Brown, and Tatum.
Oh, I
Okay.
know my pick.
I know mine too.
Who you got, Bobby?
Sam Hauser.
Okay,
I agree.
that was your
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
All right, hit us with another one. I'm gonna go Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. I forgot he's on the.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Surprised he
Yeah,
hasn't gotten one.
he's not on the list. I'm gonna go Drew Holiday. I think he's gonna get one. And then you could
I was
also
gonna say Horford if Horford wasn't didn't have
Horford.
one, but
Horford's on it. Horford's on it. I think you could also that's pretty much it for like I don't know. I'd like to see Craig maybe get one. I know
that's
that's
gonna be like an end of the season game
or
if he
Namey.
does.
Yeah, I think by the But when we get into the end of the season, I want to see Name on that list. Who do you
Kata,
think?
Kata.
Kada, yeah. I want Shireman on there. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
But who do you guys think ends up? All right, Tatum already he'll end up with the most. I know that. I'm
Yeah.
hoping maybe I don't know what he'll get to, but he's at 21 right now. Jalen Brown in second place. I think Jalen Brown. I feel like he's starting to heat up a little more. I think he'll get a couple more. I think Porzingis will take over number three again. I think he'll pass Derek White. What's your guys' thought on that?
Who?
Porzingis. I think he'll pass Derek White again. I
I
think he'll.
think so too.
Um,
I think it'll be Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and White. The top four.
I think Pritchard beats White.
Pritchard too.
I'm telling you because
How many does he have, Pritchard?
he's tied with Porzingis for four.
Oh
oh
wow.
wow.
Yep. So now kind of Celtics Nation Rise MVP. Check it out. Go watch the recaps. We kind of do the person who impacted the game the most. It might not be the person with the best stats, but it's the
Right.
person who impacted the game most. All right. So Wednesday. Let's get into our predictions. Da da da. We faced the Pistons today, and I'm gonna go over the injuries for the Boston Celtics. You have Jalen Brown questionable with thigh. You have KP questionable with illness. You have Luke Cornett out for personal reasons. Sam Hauser, a little alarming. He was out for a while with that lower back stiffness. Again, questionable with the back injury. Um, then you look at Detroit, Dennis Schroeder, questionable with ankle. Jaden Ivey, we all know what happened with Ivy. That was tragic. He's out. Um, I have no clue how to say his name. That got no clue. Not even gonna try.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Simone
yeah, Simone
Fontacchio.
Facciano. Or yeah,
Yeah,
I know who he is.
he's out with hand. And other than that, you got like a other than that, you got a pretty healthy
Yeah.
um Detroit team. So what are your guys' thoughts? Obviously,
Are we home or away tonight?
let's check. We are away. We're away.
Away. Okay.
Um, what do you guys want to see from the Boston Celtics tonight?
The same dominance the past 6 games on
Yeah.
the defense, especially the defensive intensity.
Yeah,
Like missing shots is missing shots. Like that happens to every team, but just the defense, rebounding the ball, the small things, moving the ball, and I would like to see hopefully KP plays tonight. I would like to see a big game from maybe KP, like a game him coming back from the illness last night, and honestly this overall good team basketball. Unselfish play, moving the ball because we're best when we move the ball around. Like
100%.
when a lot of people are touching the ball, like we're unstoppable. Like there's so many highlights of our ball movement and everything, and like we always find the open shot because we're always gonna look for threes, obviously, but we gotta just take what the defense gives us, and if we do that, I think we'll have no problem.
yeah,
Because overall, I think we're obviously a more talented team than Detroit, but they play tough. Like they have a good coach, they have bigger staff. Like they have All Star in Cunningham. They have a good rebounder in Jalen Duren. Like they have solid bench pieces. Like they're a solid team. So we got to come ready today, especially off a back to back.
100%.
yeah. Bobby, what are your thoughts?
So Horford will be out tonight, right? Since back to back.
No, Horford
No, I
didn't,
think he's playing tonight. He was out yesterday.
Oh, okay.
and then KP questionable with illness.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I know the Pistons have gave us trouble in the past, just because I'm sure they don't take it all that serious against them. But yeah, I think we just keep on the roll and just see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
about finishing out the season strong, obviously, because
Exactly, and
get good
healthy.
placement.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
And healthy.
Healthy. That's the biggest thing.
I think you just said it perfectly. I think healthy is the key word right there because I think tonight, I feel like it'll be a closer game. I don't think it'll be
Yeah,
terribly high
I
scoring.
agree. I think we'll still win by like 10.
Yeah, I think it'll
I think
be.
it'll be a close game, but I still think we win.
Yeah, I think we'll win. I think it'll be a close game, and I think the reason why is you'll see some Baylor Shireman tonight. You might see some Jordan Walsh action. You might see tonight you might even see a lot of Pritchard. I think it's gonna be a
Yeah,
night where you kind of
I think so.
you're
I
gonna
think it's gonna be a night where Pritchard goes off.
yeah,
I have a
and
feeling.
yeah, I'm going with a Pritchard night tonight, but I think it's gonna be like you're not gonna give Tatum a crap ton of minutes. Obviously at first because it's gonna the Pistons they have nothing to
Oh
lose. They're
yeah,
gonna give it their all, but I think you're gonna see that definitely play a factor, and ultimately it's just gonna be a good game. I think you're gonna see a lot of your bench pieces playing, and I'm just ready for a dominant Celtics win hopefully tonight. But let's talk about the upcoming schedule. You have the Pistons tonight. Score predictions. What do you guys got for score predictions? Bobby, starting off with you.
Um, I'm gonna go 112 Celtics to 102 Pistons. 10
Perfect.
point win.
Yep. Kyle, what you got?
I'll go 118 C's to um 108 Pistons.
I think I'm gonna go with 113 Celtics to 105 Pistons. I think it's gonna
Okay,
be
so we're all around like the same thing.
yeah,
Can
it's
I say something about like the health again too?
yeah.
Like with the health of the team, like last year, like we won the championship with Porzingis barely playing. The guy
Mhm.
played technically 1.5 games in the play. Or no, my mistake. He got
Wait,
hurt. What game did he get hurt last year in the playoffs? It was game
Boom.
3, I think.
yeah, but he played a couple games against with Miami.
Yeah, but like he barely like he missed 2 whole series, and he only technically played
One game.
2 games in the finals
Yeah.
technically, and like that game 5 doesn't even count, like because he was like limping on the floor. He just wanted to be out there.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna need him like this season for in this postseason. So we gotta maintain health. Health's the main thing. And I like that we're resting guys. I like when he takes off, man, because we need him healthy, and like that's the only thing. That's the main thing we need, because especially to beat Cleveland this year with how good Cleveland's playing,
Yeah.
we're gonna need him healthy. And
Yeah. Oh, sorry for interrupting.
especially last year, like we didn't like really need him, like which was crazy. Like he was just a big boost, and like this year we're definitely
Yeah.
gonna need him. So hopefully we're healthy. Knock on wood.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that because I'm gonna say rest him tonight. Play him for the big game you have against Cleveland.
Yes, I
And
think
then
he'll play tonight because we have a 1 day off, but we'll see. We'll see what Missoula does.
all right, so I would play him for the important games. The ones
I
where
agree.
you're expected to win and like it's one where you're gonna play your bench piece, either play him on a minute restriction or don't play him at all. Because he like you said, going into playoffs, we need Porzingis healthy. That's the
Yeah,
only way.
100%.
With Cleveland, and I say Cleveland because I feel like you could still beat the Knicks and the Bucks without Porzingis, but especially with Cleveland, you're gonna need a healthy Porzingis.
Oh
It's
yeah,
actually going to
without a doubt, without a doubt.
but we'll kind of move forward. You guys see on Friday we play Cleveland, the new look Cavs. I'm gonna say that because they have Hunter now, and people are saying that they're scary.
And
So
Ty Jerome's been good
bring it,
off
yeah.
the bench. Ty Jerome's been on the heater.
I'm saying this, bring it, Cleveland. I'm ready. I'm ready for this
I'm
game.
ready too, man. It's
I,
gonna be a big game, man.
Friday's gonna be,
Especially if we like play him in the playoffs, which we probably will. Like it's gonna be a tough series, but I think we take him down.
yeah,
6 or 7 games, I think we'll take him down.
yeah. That's gonna be
It's
a
just
big,
the experience that we have, especially with
Yeah.
Porzingis. We're gonna need him versus Cleveland because they're a big team. They have Mobley, they have Jared Allen,
yeah,
like they have size, and like we're gonna need Porzingis' rim protection and rebounding,
That's
especially
Spider.
him spacing out the floor too, like versus Cleveland, because Jared Allen doesn't really space the floor well, and Mobley's not really a great shooter either. So that's going to really help collapse their defense, and have Porzingis sit out on the three while other guys on the team can go to the paint and drive to the paint. So
mhm,
they're gonna have less rim protection, and Porzingis is playing obviously.
Right.
yeah.
Spread them out as much as possible.
Yes,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
exactly.
And then really quick after that game too, you fast forward to Sunday playing the Nuggets, and then we don't play another team till the Wednesday after. So that's all the games
Were the
will.
Nuggets at the Cleveland?
Yeah, on Sunday.
Oh,
Oh
So
wow.
this is the toughest stretch. I feel like you're
Yeah, this
playing the
is yeah.
Pistons who are gonna give you a little trouble.
Are we
And
home versus the Nuggets? Do you know?
let me check. I believe so. Yeah, we are home.
Okay.
Perfect.
So those two games are the ones where you're like, um, those are probably going to be one of the more tougher games in this schedule. But
Right.
I'm gonna go as far as say this. I'm gonna start us off, and I'm gonna say with that game, you're gonna need Porzingis. You have a two day rest day after that. I think these are the games that you're that's kind of why you saw some subs last night, and I feel it's gonna
Right.
be like another sub night tonight. But ultimately, I was wrong last week when we came into predictions for the week. I said, you might go 2-1, but I said 2-1, but the Boston Celtics 3-0. You and David were right. Some tough games coming up. What do you guys have the Celtics being
The
next
next how many
time?
games?
3 games, Pistons, Cavs, and Nuggets. What do you guys have the Celtics being next time we meet, and what do we need to do in order to be like that? Kyle, you
Who do
want
you
to
want to go
start?
first? Me.
Yeah,
Um, 3-0.
3-0. What do the Celtics need to overcome in order to?
Definitely the defensive intensity. You got to rebound, especially versus two big teams against Jokic on the Nuggets and then Allen on the Cavs. Both great defensive and rebounding teams. Both great 3-point shooting teams. They both move the ball well. Like they're very similar to us, but we got one thing that they don't. We have shooters at every position.
Mhm.
That's the main thing. And like if you have all these guys on the floor that could space the floor out, it really like makes the defense hard to guard you. And like if we're hitting shots and we're playing defense how we've been the past 6-7 games, like I think that we're gonna win. And it's only a matter. It's definitely like if we're missing shots, we're still gonna be in games if we're playing defense.
Yeah.
Because every time I notice that, like because when we make shots, it's hard to beat us because we shoot abundance of threes. You know that with Missoula's ball, with Missoula's game plan and stuff. Like that's what we do. And I obviously like if we're hitting shots, we're going to be tough to beat. And I just want to see us like the defensive intensity, keep that up, keep up that ball movement, and honestly, this you got to contain their star players. You got to as much as like it's going to be hard to slow Mitchell down and Jokic down. You got to make them do most of the work because you can't have these other guys like on the cast, for example, Ty Jerome or like maybe on the Nuggets. You can't have like Russell Westbrook or Christian Brown. Like you can't have these guys have big games. If you
Mhm.
let their star players have big games and like the other guys don't really do as much, you're gonna have a good chance to win.
Yeah. You said it perfectly right there. Bobby, what's your predictions?
Man, I feel like it's gonna be tough to win both the Cavs and Nuggets. It's definitely not impossible, but I think we'll probably lose to the Nuggets. Wait, is there like a break in between the Cavs and
Yeah,
Nuggets?
One day, right?
there's a
One
one
day
day
break.
break. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
yeah,
like
I'll
that though
change
because you
it
play
to
off
3-0.
momentum.
I think 3-0, honestly.
You
I
3-0.
know,
do.
I love that.
I
I
don't really like the rest because you're playing off momentum.
That's true. Yeah, playing off a good team with the Cavs.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go as far as say this. I think Bobby hit the nail, however you say that.
Nail on the head.
Yeah. But I think you said it perfectly right there. I think the thing is, it's two tough games, and
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
necessarily see them struggling with Denver. Now, I think Denver's going to be a close game. Uh, Definitely brings frustration. You saw us killing them in Dubai, but I think we win that one. I believe that the Pistons, we win it tonight. And I'm saying, I know you guys hate to hear, I don't know if we lose to the Cavs. It's going to be back and forth. That's gonna be the battle. The
So we're
Cavs,
home for both those games, right?
we are.
Cleveland
Yeah,
and Nuggets.
yeah,
Okay.
we are. But this is the thing. With the Cavs, you have a hungry Cavs team who's dominating the league at the number one seed, and they're coming into this game saying, we need to beat Boston to
Biggest
prove
statement
that.
at Boston. Like
Yeah,
this is a big statement game for them.
this
So
is
we
a
got to
big
be
game
ready.
for them. For us, this is kind of also a big game because you're like, all
Like
right,
show who the defending champs are. We're gonna show
show
them
them.
like
Yeah.
who we are.
We have defending champs on our back. They have a statement win. So it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. You
Definitely,
see Hunter with a
definitely.
new piece. Um, I think the key to winning that Cavs game is locking up Hunter. I think Hunter and
He
Jerome.
could be an X factor with his 3-point shooting,
Yeah, it's
and
always because Mitchell's gonna have a good game. Mitchell's gonna have a good game. You
he
got
always does. He
down.
always does.
Yeah,
Like I said before, like if you let Mitchell do his thing, like he always does, 30 points, whatever, blah blah blah. He's obviously a superstar player. You got to let these other guys beat you.
yeah.
You got to live with Ty Jerome beating you and
Mhm.
DeAndre Hunter beating you. Like Garland usually has like a good or bad game for us. He's streaky. Like Garland's a very good player, but like me with Garland, like he's very like streaky.
We shut him
And
down
like
last time. We
yeah,
we
we
shut
did
him
that
down.
one game. I think he was horrible. I think
He had like
Yeah,
11
it was bad.
the
maybe.
first game. I think he was, and like the second game, I think we lost them by like three. We were up the whole game, and I think we were missing Drew and Porzingis. I think that game or something. Oh no, it was Brown and Porzingis. I think we were missing that game, and
Yeah.
we almost won. And we should realistically be 3-0 for them this year.
Yeah,
That's why I think that we're going to beat them. I honestly think that when it comes to Cleveland, like we're locked in, and obviously I think from now on till playoffs, I honestly think we want to win these games, and I think we're hungry for that one seed. I really do.
I agree. I think you could totally see them going, and that's totally a huge, big thing if we're 3-1 against Cleveland for the season.
100%.
You could also
Mhm.
see it being a 2-2 series. So you have like I'm not changing my rules. I'm not gonna say they could go 2-1 or they're gonna be 3-0. I'm gonna go 2-1 because I think it's gonna be a battle. But and I
Who
understand
do you think we
people.
lose to? Cleveland?
I think it's the Cleveland game. It could totally be the Pistons game tonight because the Pistons always give us trouble for no reason. But I wouldn't be shocked if it was the Pistons game, which sucks, but it's the truth. But
100%. We
I
always play down to our competition.
oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's
100%.
gonna be
That's why
either
I think we're going to beat Cleveland and Denver though, because we're always ready for those top teams, and like when it comes to like the excuse my language, shitty teams, like we just like completely like lose focus and like
Yeah.
I think it's different now though. Like throughout now, late February till late April, whenever the playoffs are, like I think we're ready, and I honestly think that we want to win as much games as possible.
I agree. And see, this is what I'm saying. They've proven me wrong. They've proven me wrong again and again and again because I was upset when we were in that slump. But they're doing great. And we got Riley in the back. They're doing great though, and they're playing great basketball right now. They're like 6 game win streak. Um, but I think with this, like with getting into the later part of the season, when you want to give your guys rest days and stuff like that, you're gonna see a battle. And that's why I'm thinking all right, we might lose one of these, but I'm gonna go 2-1 just to stay safe. But
Okay,
Right.
I want them to go 3-0, and I want to
I
see
agree. I
them
agree.
get
I get your point. I
yeah.
get it.
Sorry, 9 because by the time next time 9, but I'm gonna go with that. But I have a lot of positives with the Boston Celtics. We've been playing great basketball, and I just want to see us keep doing that.
I agree. I agree.
Any final thoughts? All right, you
Go
guys.
Celtics. We keep
Yeah,
playing how we've been playing. Like I love the turnaround. Like it's crazy. People thought like after this like early stretch of us like kind of struggling, winning two, losing one, uh,
oh, I think.
winning one, losing two, like an inconsistent
Yeah.
stretch. Like people were saying, "Oh, the back to back is so unlikely," and like this and that. Like we're not going to win. Like I don't agree with that, man. Like it's hard to repeat in this league, but I believe this and that. All bias aside, like deep down in my heart, I really think that we have the chance to repeat. And I still think this group is special, man. I really do. As long as we stay healthy, as long as we stay locked in, and just preserve everyone's health, I think we're going to be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and I wanted to say this. Once we get into playoffs, you guys are gonna see a lot more Celtics Nation Rise. Like I know we're doing a
Oh
lot
yeah,
right now, but playoffs we're going full.
exactly, exactly.
We might do a
I'm telling you
podcast.
right now, if we win again, we're gonna have the biggest podcast ever.
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you, we might for we still have to figure it out, see what the circumstances are, but we might have a podcast like every at like after a game.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure
We'll
it out.
figure it out. But for content this week, make sure to tune into the recaps. It might be just Kyle, Lewis, and Bobby. If Bobby can do it tonight, I don't know.
Okay.
It might be them tonight. I don't know if I could do it tonight, but I will be there for the Cavs one and the Nuggets one. I hope. I think so. That knock on wood, I should be able to. But we also are gonna. Bobby had to get me with that knocking on wood. But we're also gonna have a collab with the host of Celtics Talk Weekly, so you guys will get another podcast this week. I know we've been on a roll with these special
Yeah,
guests.
we have been. Yeah, we have been
Um,
for sure.
but I want you guys just stay tuned in, leave some comments below, subscribe and like, and go Boston Celtics.
Yep, go Celtics.
Go, baby.
Lee Green, thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.